Thank you for joining Cancer Support Community Atlanta for this program. Please visit our website, cscatlanta.org, for a complete list of live and recorded events. We invite you to sign up for our newsletter to stay connected to all future programs.
Welcome. This is Yoga, and I am Rebecca, and I am happy to see you. We are going to start today with some work with a yoga strap. So if you don't have one handy, please go ahead and grab it. And if you don't have a yoga strap, an official yoga strap, you can use anything long and skinny. So the belt from your robe, or a long tie or scarf, something that you can, we're using it to extend the reach of our arms. So that is what it is for. So once you have your strap in hand, go ahead and make your way onto your back. Put the strap to the side, but where you can reach it. And find a comfortable position, maybe with knees bent, or maybe with your legs extended if that's better for you. And take a few moments to arrive for your practice, letting go of the events of your morning and anything that comes later today, this evening. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment with your body and breath. Begin to notice your sensory environment. What do you feel beneath your feet, beneath your body, your back, maybe beneath your fingertips? Can you notice different textures, maybe the feeling of your mat or a wood floor or carpeting, whatever you have around you? And then begin to notice other sensations like the temperature of the room. Maybe you feel some air moving. Be aware of the light in your space, whether your eyes are open or closed. Begin to notice sounds that you hear beyond the sound of my voice. Beginning to discern sounds that are close by and ones that are further away. And begin to notice your breath. Where is the first place that you feel it when I say, notice your breath? Keep your attention in that spot through several rounds of inhales and exhales. Beginning to build awareness. And then notice where the breath goes as you inhale. And that moment when the inhale transitions to the exhale. Notice how the breath flows out and when the next breath starts. We use awareness of sensation, awareness of the breath to keep us present in this moment. Allow the breath to help you settle a little bit more, letting go with each exhale, beginning to notice if there are places that you're holding. Can you let your shoulders relax, your head, your hips, maybe your feet or legs? Can you relax your arms and hands, softening your face? Let's take 5 breaths right here Feeling the breath move through the body, letting go as you exhale. And on your next inhale, be present in the room, whether you like your eyes to be open or closed. If your knees are not bent, if your legs are straight, go ahead and bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Your knees and feet about hip distance apart and close to your body. Have your arms down at your sides and have the smallest support or none underneath your head. We'll begin with some movements of the spine. So from where you are right here, inhale, and then as you exhale, press your low back into the mat, coming into a pelvic tilt. As you inhale, just release that press, coming back to your neutral position. Exhale and press again. So you're pressing your low back, the small of your back, into the mat. And then as you inhale, you release the press and let the natural curve come back. Several times repeating this pelvic tilt. Exhale and press. And inhale, coming back to neutral. So as you're exhaling, you're tilting the top of your pelvis down towards the mat. Your tailbone is tilting up. And you reverse that movement. Your tailbone presses down towards the floor as you inhale. The top of the pelvis moves away from the floor. So it's almost like a little seesaw. Remember seesaws? I don't know if they have them anymore. They were so dangerous, right? But in the pelvis, it's a good thing. So move your pelvis in this seesaw movement several times. It's beginning to loosen up in the hips and in the spine. And if it would feel good, see if you can roll around the edge of your pelvis. So you'll move from having your tailbone down to pressing one hip down and then the top of the pelvis, then the other hip. You get the idea, rolling around. Sometimes they call this a pelvic clock, and we're rolling around the outside of the clock. As we were doing our pelvic tilts, we were moving between 12 and 6, for those of us who remember how to tell time with an analog clock. And now we're just rolling all the way around the outside. The next time that you get to 6 o'clock, go ahead and reverse direction. So you might have been moving clockwise, and now you might move counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on your country of origin. So moving in the other direction and just noticing what you feel. If there are places that feel a little stuck, places that feel nice and fluid. And the next time that you get to 12 o'clock, just do a little pelvic tilt a few times between 12 and 6, just that sort of up and down movement. And then come to stillness and take several breaths just to notice what you've become aware of, sensations or observations of the movement. And then, if it's comfortable for you, extend your legs out long and place one heel at the outer edge of your mat, each heel at the outer edge of your mat. So your legs will be open a little bit. Yeah, nice. Yep, just put them out a little wide. You good, Julie? Okay. And as you inhale, bring your arms up. Maybe they come out or overhead, depending on what's comfortable for you. From here, take your left ankle and cross it over the right, keeping your legs long if that's possible. Yes, that looks great. Coming on that, getting into that diagonal. And now take your left hand and either, if you can reach overhead, that's fine. If not, then reach across your chest and grab your opposite wrist. We're looking for a side stretch on that left side. So we're leaning away at the top and at the bottom. Breathing in to whatever opening you feel on that side of your body. 2 or 3 more breaths here, and then we'll move to the other side. So take your time, bring your arms back to either extended at shoulder height, or if it's comfortable overhead, walk your feet back to that open position, and then switch sides, bringing the right ankle over the left, the right arm either up and overhead or across, and grasping that wrist, giving yourself a gentle pull to open up the right side of the body. Breathing into that space, we can use the breath as a way of stretching from the inside out. So as the breath inflates in the inner body, it presses against the muscles and helps you to stretch gently, not in a too big or uncomfortable way. So 2 or 3 more breaths on this side. And then slowly come back out. Bring your arms back down at your sides. Walk your feet out wide. And then slowly bend your knees once again, bringing your feet to the mat. Keep your feet a little bit wide towards the outer edges of your mat. Maybe your arms come down to shoulder height or up to shoulder height if you brought them down. And let's just drop the knees gently from side to side. You can go as far as you like. You can keep moving, or you can hold for a moment or two on each side. Moving through various movements of the spine. And this, or the next time that you move through center, pause there and draw your knees up towards your belly or chest. Maybe you can hug your shins, or maybe you have one hand on each knee. And draw your knees up in the direction of your shoulders, right? I don't expect your knees to touch your shoulders. Some people can, but not me. And maybe you, maybe not you. If it's comfortable, maybe rock a little bit from side to side, massaging your back. And coming back through center, slowly bring one foot down and then the other. Go ahead and grab your strap. Excuse me. We're going to draw the right knee up and holding the strap on either side of center, right? So if you have the strap sort of divided in half, either side of center, go ahead and see if you can lasso your foot. And you'll want the strap to go either over the ball of the foot or the arch of the foot. And then let your hands come down on the strap until you can let your elbows rest back down. So you're not reaching up, your elbows are able to rest. Allow your knee on the right foot, on the right leg to be bent. And we're going to work with bending and straightening the right leg. So as you bend the knee, let the knee come towards you. So you're flexing in your hip and you're bending your knee. And then press your foot up towards the ceiling, a lot or a little, getting a stretch in the back of your leg. And then as you exhale, bend your knee once again and bring your knee towards you. So taking your time to bend and straighten, those are the directions you're moving in, right? You don't have to actually straighten your leg. Using the strap to modulate the stretch. So only go to where it feels comfortable and you're getting a gentle stretch. And the next time that you have your foot going up towards the ceiling, you can have your knee bent, but the direction is moving up towards the ceiling. Hold there for just about 3 breaths. And after your 3rd breath, let's bring both ends of the strap into your right hand. And now you have a choice. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can straighten that leg. And either way, bring your left hand to the front of your left hip. And this is a reminder to keep that hip anchored down, regardless of what we're going to do on the right. And what we're going to do on the right is gently allow the leg to open out to the side. You can keep your knee as bent as you need it to be. And don't let that leg go any further than you can with your left hip firmly planted on the mat. Breathing in to the stretch in your inner thighs, particularly on the right. And on an inhale, bring the leg up to center once again. And we'll switch hands. Now listen before you move. We're only going to go across the midline. You're going to bring your right leg across to the left, but just until it crosses over. In other words, you're going to keep both of your hips down on the ground. We're looking for a stretch in the outside of your right thigh, maybe in your right hip. Some of us may feel this a lot and some may not feel it very much. So work with wherever you are. And then inhale back to center. Go ahead and bring one end of the strap into each hand. And we're going to switch sides. Now, maybe you can bring your other leg and put it up in the strap and switch sides that way. Yes, the two of you I can see have that perfectly down. So start, you can have your right leg extended if you want, but you can start with the knee bent. And we'll start with that bending and straightening first. So gently bend the knee towards your shoulder and then exhale and press your foot up towards the ceiling or in a direction to move towards straightening that leg, wherever that is. Use the strap to help you modulate the movement. You have control here. So take your time moving on this side. And the next time that you're pressing out through your foot, go ahead and hold it there for a few breaths. Feeling the stretch. And then you'll bring both ends of the strap into your left hand. Right hand comes to your right hip. And we'll slowly open the leg out to the side, just enough that you can keep control and keep both of your hips firmly grounded. Gentle stretch in your inner thigh, modulating the stretch with the strap. Breathing into whatever you're feeling. If it's pain, please come back. 2 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, bring your leg back up through center, switch hands with the strap, and let the leg come across the midline, keeping both hips firmly on the mat so that you feel a stretch in your outer thigh, maybe in your hip. That's a gentle stretch. And inhale, back up to center. Bring your other leg back up so both your feet are in the strap if that's available to you today. And we'll just hold for 2 breaths, maybe 3. And then slowly release the strap and bring one foot down and then the other. Bring your strap to the side for now and hug both your knees back in, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. Beautiful job. And now when you're ready, let's roll to one side and slowly press yourself up to sitting. Taking your time as you've been lying down for a while. I don't want any dizziness, so just take your time. And please have a hand on your strap as you come up to sitting so we can continue using it. Okay, so find your place to work seated. And we'll start, just have the strap to your side, and we'll start with some sun breaths, inhaling and floating arms up. Let palms come together. We'll exhale to heart center, and we'll do that a few more times. And this time, as you exhale to heart center, stay, and we're going to reverse this movement. So we'll inhale, press up, and then open palms away. Let them float down. Palms find each other. Inhale up, and exhale out and away. 2 more like this. And last one. And now take a hold of your strap. I have my fun, funky strap that has these little, I don't know if you can see, they have these little handholds along the way. And I love it because rather than trying to grip the strap, I can just slip my hand into one of the handholds. And it is really good if you have issues with your fingers, joint issues like I do. Okay, so we're going to take a hold of the strap, centering that middle part. And I want you to bring it out in front of you. And start by gently pressing against the edges. So if you're holding the strap, or like me, if you have your hand slip through, we're just going to press away and get a little bit of sensation. Now, if it's a lot of sensation, then just do a little less. Some of us are 110 percenters, right? And some of us are 75 percenters. So know who you are. And if you need to do more, do more. And if you need to do a little less, do a little less. Now we're going to inhale and slowly lift up. Now you may get to a place where that's it, you're done. And then come back to this center, this level. Inhale and lift, and exhale down. 2 more. Keep that tension. And last one, inhale up And exhale all the way down. Shake that out. And now take a little wider grip. And we're going to lift up, and maybe you can go a little higher, maybe not. Please listen to your body, but we'll inhale and lift, and maybe you can bring your arms up a little higher, maybe not. Exhale and lower. Inhale up and exhale down. And last time, inhale up and exhale all the way down. How is that feeling? All right, so now choose your handhold. It's going to be either the first one or the second one, or the area that, as far apart as you want to go. And we're going to inhale and raise up, and you can go to wherever is comfortable for you. And again, create that little bit of tension. And this time we're going to take a very small side bend. Just go as far as you can comfortably, keeping both hips grounded. Inhale to center and exhale to the other side. Inhale to center and lower down. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. Now, if you're inhaling to here, then your side bend might look a little more like this. Almost like a little twisty side bend. And last time, we'll inhale up to wherever is comfortable. Exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale and gently release down. Okay, shake that out. There are so many things that we can do with straps, and I'm trying to bring a little bit more of that into the upper body. I'm used to doing a lot of lower body stuff, but not as much upper body. So we'll do a little bit at a time. So we'll complete our seated sequence without the strap, coming into our twist. So inhale up or out, and then left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale and get nice and tall, and exhale, squeeze and twist. Stay here for as many breaths as you like, and then when you're ready, move to the other side. And we'll do one more to each side at your leisure. And this or the next time that you come through center, release arms down. We're going to make a transition up to standing. So take your time and your own path, and we'll meet standing. And once you reach your standing, hang on, let me fix my angle. There we go. That's going to do it. Looks good. Go ahead and take a stance that is about hip distance apart. Standing up nice and tall. Let's start with hands on our hips. And with a gentle rock forward and back. We did a lot of leg work, and some of that included some sensation in the feet as you had straps over your feet. So the feet may be quite alive at this point. So notice what you can feel. Come back to center and see if you can lift up your toes. Now, some of us have a lot of toes, some of us may have fewer toes. As many toes as you may have, lift them up if you can. If you have them, spread them wide and then slowly place them back down. We'll do that again. Inhale and lift. What we're effectively doing is coming onto a balance between heels and balls of the feet. And by lifting up the toe area, it gives us a lot of sensation to sort of feel that balance. We can spread toes wide and then release them down. And notice when you release your toes down, do you rock forward a little bit? When you lift them, do you rock back? Just being aware of where you traditionally balance on your feet. Rock a little from side to side. You can make circles if you like. And then find that place right in the center. Let your knees bend a little bit so that you can move your pelvis back and forth. And what I'm doing is making that same movement that we did when we started class, doing the pelvic tilt. From the side, you can see, I'm just, watch my hands on the top of my hips. You can see what the movement is. Good. And then with knees bent, can you do that from side to side? You didn't know we were taking a hula class today, did you? Good. And then find a place that feels balanced this way and this way, right? Neutral spine, opening up the fronts of our hips into our glutes, the sides of the leg, the inner thighs. This gives us all access to a little bit more movement. When we get stiff, we don't have access to the movement. And sometimes that will cause pain, right? If you've been sedentary and muscles tighten up, then the joints are where you feel the pain. But sometimes the joint is fine. It's really the muscles tightening that are causing that pain. And so if you can lengthen your thighs, the outer part of your thighs, the back of the leg, the inside, then the joint can function. It's not being pulled in one direction or the other. And voila. If only it were that easy, right? All right, let's inhale and find our sun breath here, standing, coming to heart center. And 2 more times, as you do this movement, begin to find your focal point, your drishti. Notice where you naturally want to look. And then come to stillness right here with hands at heart center. We're going to move into balance. So if you need to readjust your positioning for some support, go right ahead and do that now. And then come to stillness, maybe with one hand on support. Take a breath. First, we become the mountain, Tadasana, mountain pose. Feel the steady stillness, the depth and breadth of the mountain. Both the breadth and the breadth of the mountain. And then become the tree in the mountain. Feel your roots, how deep they can go into the vastness. Feel the breath in the tree. And then eyes on your focal point begin to slowly shift into your left leg. Your right leg floats up, turns out, and then at the ankle, calf, or thigh, above or below the knee. Get nice and tall. Find your center. Come in and out as you need to. If you're nice and stable, maybe branches grow. Lots of breath. And when you're ready, come back through center and find the mountain once again. Shifting. Find your stillness and then switch sides. What is the foot position of choice on this side? Lengthening, getting nice and tall. Breath is flowing, drawing energy from the earth, reaching up to the sky. You hear a bell ringing, and that is because my cat is trying to come into the room. And by moving the doors, he's ringing this little bell. Big breath. And release and shake out. I'm going to let him in. Come on, George. In you go. There's George. Yeah, so you want to do some yoga with us? Okay, coming down, take a nice, comfortably wide step. Make sure you have space around you. And let's move into our Tai Chi twist. Beautiful. And let that movement get a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. And release. Now, stay here or step out a little bit wider. And then turn your legs out from the hip so that you're at about a 45-degree angle. You know where we're going. We're going to be goddesses today. So we can all be goddesses. Inhale and bring your arms out at shoulder height. 5-pointed star. This is that take up your space, shine your light pose. Big inhale, open up right from the center. Sometimes I'll call it from heart center, but today let's do it right from the solar plexus, right from our city of gems, our personal power center, big, open, and bright. And then turn your arms over, bend your elbows, and bend your knees a lot or a little. I usually shift a little from side to side to find my perfect position. Inhale here, opening the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale in place. And exhale, maybe you drop a little more. Inhale, press into your feet, open out. 5-pointed star. Next, exhale, bending knees and elbows. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale in place and exhale, drop a little further, maybe. Inhale and open up. This time, let's exhale, stay long in the leg and find your moon. So arms bend and come together, and we're sort of encircling this power center, our solar plexus chakra. So inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bend knees and arms come up. Moon goddess. Inhale, straighten the legs. Encircle the power center once again. Inhale. Moon goddess with cat. Exhale. We'll do 2 more. Inhale. Cat optional. Exhale. And last time, inhale. This time, straighten legs, find 5-pointed star, and release down. Turn your toes to face forward and carefully walk your feet back in. Let's take some breaths. Last one. and release down. Shake it out. We have time for one more standing pose, and then we'll move back down and towards our rest. But let us work with one of our warrior poses. We've been a goddess, and now we can be peaceful warriors. How about that? I think I'm not so much into war at the moment. Let's be peaceful. So stepping out nice and wide, comfortably wide. Let's turn the right leg out towards the wall. We'll turn the left leg in. So toes are about 45 degrees. As we inhale, arms come to shoulder height. We bend the right knee over the right ankle. Look out over your front fingertips. Turn the right arm all the way up, palm and the whole arm. And we're going to raise the right as we lower the left. Left can come to your thigh or your hip, or you can wrap around at the low back. And the front arm comes up. Maybe you look up to it. Maybe you look straight ahead, or maybe you look back and down towards your foot. Peaceful warrior. Inhale back through warrior two. Release your arms down, straighten your front leg, and turn all toes to face forward. Switching sides. Turn out the left leg, turn in the right. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Exhale and bend into the front knee. Here we'll turn the left arm up. Inhale in place and exhale, left up, right down, wherever that hand would like to be. Keep the front knee bent if you can, if it's comfortable. Choose where you'd like to look. One more breath. And then inhale back through warrior two. Exhale, release arms down, straighten the front leg, and turn all toes to face forward. Beautiful. Let's do it one more time to each side. And this time I'll give you a variation option. From here, turning out the right leg, turning in the left leg. We inhale and exhale, sink into the front knee. Take a moment here to feel the strength of this pose. Maybe you can draw your feet towards each other, creating some engagement in the inner thighs, lifting the pelvic floor, the low belly, right into that power center. The heart lifts, the crown, and the energy reaches out. From here, we'll turn that right arm over, lower the left, and then as you raise the right, think about straightening the right leg. Take your time. You don't want to crunch here in the low back. If it feels crunchy, then bend the knee again. Next time you inhale, come back through warrior two. So bend the front knee, release arms down, straighten the leg, and turn toes to face forward. Okay, other side. Take your time, turning out the left, the right comes in. Inhale, stretch, exhale, sink into that knee. Find your pose, find the seat, the asana of the pose. Maybe this time you'll press your feet away from each other isometrically, right? Not sliding. And that creates a different kind of engagement. Maybe this is your preference. Turning that left arm up, Releasing the right arm down, begin to rise up with the left. Maybe you straighten the front leg. Maybe you bend back down and straighten again. Next, inhale right through warrior two. Release arms down, straighten the legs. Turn your toes to face forward. And then carefully walk the feet back in. Beautiful, beautiful, strong work. And now let's make our way back down. Take a brief pause seated and then move into Shavasana. So as you come down, bring soles of feet together, knees apart. Maybe you rock a little bit from side to side, massaging your hips and glutes. Coming through center, help your knees out wide, toes come up, fingers behind for support. Inhale and get nice and tall. Exhale, press out through your heels, draw your toes back towards your knees. And then release and let your legs come in a little closer. And little windshield wiper. Side to side, in and out. Tiny, tiny bounces. Hands behind you. Go ahead and bend your knees. Feet on the mat. And let your knees drop from side to side. And pausing in the center, maybe your feet come in a little closer. Go ahead and make your way down onto your back or whatever position you choose for Shavasana. Take your time getting set up to rest, right? If we take the time to prepare, then we are able to really release and let go. Finding comfort with pillows and blankets and whatever is needed. Taking several breaths to let go of the effort of the practice and allowing yourself just a few more moments of presence as you move into rest. Letting go through your feet and ankles, your legs that have supported you, your knees, your thighs and hips, relaxing through the low belly, the middle body, through the chest, the arms and hands. Letting go through the neck, the jaw, the muscles of your face, shoulders dropping away from your ears, palms open, feeling the breath moving from toes all the way to the crown of the head and back down again. The breath sweeps through the body, bringing in what you need and sweeping away anything that doesn't serve you. Rest here in the softness of the breath. Beginnings are humbling places. Sometimes we see and feel a beginning coming because many waves of endings have beaten against the shore of our being. We've been worn down to scraps of sediment again and again. We understand there is nothing to do but start over. And sometimes we arrive in a new place, a beginning, after fumbling through the dark, disoriented and adrift. We find ourselves at the beginning of a journey holding only ourselves. We look around and everything is new. And then there are the joyous beginnings of new life, weddings, and dreams coming into reality. All beginnings start with a single step, wobble, or crawl. You may be half doubled over and holding the rail, and yet you made it. We made it. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, slowly roll to one side and pause. And pressing into your hands, make your way up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with one chant of Om for the community we create when we practice together. If you'd like to join bringing hands together at heart center, we'll inhale. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Jai Bhagwan. May the light in each of us be victorious. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other.
Thank you for joining Cancer Support Community Atlanta for this program. If you're interested in other live or recorded programs, please visit the online program tab of our website, cscatlanta.org, or follow us on Facebook. We'll be sharing additional information on upcoming programs.